in the IBSF Media Room. Now we have Shree Advani, the brother of Pankaj Advani, and he has some special question to Pankaj about after his 16th world title.
Punks, well done.
Thanks.
And first up, I wanted to ask you, how did you feel coming back from snooker in Doha and in like 3 or 4 days having to switch to play in another world championship in billiards?
You know, it's never easy as a sports person when you've just come from a big tournament and and you're a defending champion. I was the defending champion in the snooker. I obviously was disappointed to lose in the semi-finals over there, and then to come back, to regroup, to have those motivation levels back up there, switch to billiards. I think this is a question which, and the answer to which I don't think anyone has, and I can say this with a little bit of authority now, that nobody plays billiards and snooker at that level internationally in all the world championships every year, and I can only tell you that it's one of the toughest things to do, because you must have seen me in the long format, and the results obviously show that I wasn't still in my element. So it definitely takes time, and also to, as I said, to regroup from one big championship to come back and again start fresh takes a lot out of you. So I'm glad that I was able to last till the end tonight.
Glad you had some petrol left in the tank till the end.
Absolutely.
And I hope IBSF can kind of give us more space between snooker and billiards, especially the world championships. Okay, now there's a different format that was used this time in billiards, the long up, which is a replacement for the time format, at least in this edition. Which one is your personal favorite? The short format, 150 points, the long up, which is X number of points, like 1,500 was in the finals, or the time format?
As a player, I would say the time format, and I don't mean the long up, the 1,250.
You mean like a 5-hour final?
5-hour
which they
final
had last time, yeah.
2 hours group stages, 3 hours quarterfinals, 4 hours semi-finals, because it's a fixed period of time, and it also allows the players to make big breaks. When you have 500 up, 750 up, even 1,000 up, sometimes all you're trying to do is not allow the other opponent on the table, rather than you trying to score and make big breaks. So in that sense, I feel that the time format is much better than the long up. And I'm not saying this because I didn't do well in the long up, but over the years I've played so many different formats of billiards.
Yeah.
But in terms of spectator value, in terms of making it exciting, like today, a couple of frames here and there, if Gilchrist had won, it could have been a different story. It could have been much closer. It could have been 5-4, 5-all. I think that adds a lot of value in terms of the entertainment. And if the short format attracts more crowds, which I think it will if people start understanding the game, then I think that's the way to go in the future. It brings about unpredictable results, a lot of upsets. Although of course Peter and I in the top 2 seeds eventually played this final today, but it may not happen every time in the point format.
That's right. And there are so many effective players who could have easily made it.
Absolutely.
So, okay. And what does this title mean to you? Anything it means, anything different, special?
It's very special in the sense that it comes at home. It comes in the place that I practiced in all my life, my second home. So many supportive, people who've been there, who've seen me, who've watched me grow up from right when I was a kid. Also, I'm glad in a way that it's taken so much from me to win this title, because people will now know how tough it is to win. Sometimes when you win 3-4 world titles in a row in a year like 2014, people think that, oh my god, it's so easy. And I'm not won, the snooker this year, not the 6th red, not the long format in billiards, but ended up winning this short format in billiards. So people know how competitive this game is, and how much skill and how much fitness and how much of concentration and application it requires. So I'm glad that in that sense, at least the expectations will not be like, oh, if Pankaj loses, then it's not a good tournament for him. Even if I reach the semi-finals, I think I've done well, because when I went to Doha and I reached the semis, I thought I had a pretty good tournament until I played that match, which I was not so good. But it's a decent result at the end of the day when you come back with a medal.
Correct. Everyone in India, they celebrate a bronze or a silver in such a large scale. But if Pankaj Advani doesn't win gold, then there's something wrong, right? Anyway, but that's the standards you've set for yourself, and it's not a bad thing at the end of the day. And now, final question on a personal note: how are we celebrating tonight?
I don't drink, you don't drink, so we'll have to find different ways. I don't mind, you know, a little bit of family get together. Maybe we could play some cards or something and have a.
Oh, that sounds great. All right, we're off to play some cards.
And thank you, Shree, for coming to the IBSF Media Room. And congratulations, Pankaj.
Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Thank you.